up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica, and we are down here to talk about what's on the blogs. We sponsor the blogs. Are y'all sponsoring the blogs? Y'all so silly.
I sponsor the blog.
Let me tell you something.
It's my favorite clip. So let's talk about what's going on in the blogs. It was on fire last night, right? So let me see what's on the community tab first, because I posted the community tab the story about Nene leaks. It came out last night that she is suing Bravo. It's a lot. She's suing Bravo. So let me get to the story. This is from page 6 by Associated Press. Nene leaks sues saying racism accepted on Real Housewives of Atlanta, saying that racism was accepted. Former star of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Nene Leakes, sues the companies behind the show on Wednesday, alleging that they fostered and tolerated a hostile and racist work environment. The lawsuit filed in federal court in Atlanta says Leakes, who is Blac, complained to executives about years of racist remarks from fellow housewife Kim Zolciak Biermann, KKK Kim, who is white, but that only Leakes suffered consequences. It names as defendants NBC Universal, Bravo, production companies True Entertainment and Truly Original, executives from the companies, and Housewives executive producer Andy Cohen, but not Zolciak Biermann. NBC, Bravo, and True foster a corporate and workplace culture in which racially insensitive and inappropriate behavior is tolerated, if not encouraged, the suit says. Emails sent to the representatives of the defendants and Zolciak Biermann seeking comment were not immediately returned to AP. Leakes 54, a TV personality and actor whose legal name is Lanithia Monique Leakes. I was about to say Monique Hicks. Shout out to Monique. Spent 7 seasons as one of the central stars of Real Housewives of Atlanta between 2008 and 2020. That's a long time. That is a long time. Wow. It alleges that during the first season, which aired in 2008, the cast was planning to attend a barbecue, and housewife Kim Zolciak Biermann responded to the idea with words in the effect of, "I don't want to sit around with Nene and eat chicken." The suit says the statement perpetuated an offensive stereotype about African Americans. The suit says in 2012, during the 5th season, Zolciak Biermann made a racially offensive and stereotypical comments about the new home of housewife Kandi Burruss, calling her neighborhood a ghetto and perpetuating a racial stereotype in an offensive comment about whether Burruss needed a swimming pool. A bunch of microaggressions, right? Microaggressions. I had to lock my doors when I got off the highway coming into this neighborhood. Girl. That makes sense for you to have a pool inside because you won't want to be outside and get darker or something, she said, or get dark or something she said. The same year, the suit says Zolciak Biermann used the N-word to refer to Leakes and other housewives after a dispute with them, the suit alleges. It also alleges that she falsely implied that Leakes used drugs and called her home a roach nest. The suit says after Leakes' complaints to the executive overseeing the show, they did not terminate their relationship with Kim, nor take any other meaningful action to put an end to her racially offensive behavior, and if anything, rewarded her by giving her her own spin-off show. And she couldn't answer to the reason why she had her show. I don't know. Tell us why you have your show. Well, I don't know. It's just getting to me. Girl, shut up. Shut up. This lawsuit should have came a long time ago. If it's about how Kim was treated over the way the other women were treated, I feel like this should have came a long time ago. This should have actually came right after that season that she came back, where Kenya had to change her seat so her and Nene could gather. What was her balloon lips? What'd she say? She's gonna pop her lips. They got her ass together that season. I said, Kenya said, she's not, what'd she say? I can't see her. I can't see her face or something like that. Kenya went over there and sat by Nene, and they wore her ass out. And then she went backstage and said, this racist stuff, this just came out with social media. You know, I would be like, I'm like, who in their right mind would sit on a stage with 5 African American women? Like, you so scared, girl. Oh, this lawsuit should have came out a long time ago, and I want to get in on it too, because I was offended. Okay, I was offended that show. First of all, the show is named after a song you done stole from Candy. Don't you owe Candy some money for that? And then third of all, it stayed on for like 8 seasons. But she was barely pulling in 500,000 viewers. Barely, like, struggling. Why was that? Why was she giving a show? Why did the show last so long? She's literally the only one from Housewives who has a spinoff, besides like the Vanderpump Rules and stuff like that. And hopefully Candy and the Gang becomes a legitimate spinoff. But I told you they get merits for mediocrity simply for existing. How did she get a show? And how did it stay on so long? How were the ratings so low and her seasons were able to be renewed? That's the question. That's my question. Not a day goes by that Nene doesn't wake up with an onslaught of overwhelming emotions as a direct result of these unfortunate and unavoidable occurrences. And then let's not act like Nene doesn't have a role to play in her relationship with Bravo. Outside of the way that they treated Kim, and the way she was allowed to just do whatever, you know, she didn't have to go on trips and all this other stuff. And that was a constant theme with Kim. But outside of that, you called Andy a racist cokehead. You told Andy to keep your name out his mouth. So he said that. He said on, I don't know, I think it was on his podcast, I'm going to do what she asked me to do. I'm going to keep her name out of my mouth. I'm not going to suggest her for any projects. I'm going to keep her name out of my mouth. And that's it. And now you turn around and suing everybody. And it's like, but then you were on Tamron Hall crying and like upset. And it's just like, I feel like Nene really fumbled that bag. Like, I feel like she fumbled it. Like, oh, girl, with your, where else can you go and get paid that amount of money to just allow someone to film you fussing with girlfriends and then going on trips and going out to brunch and eating at these different locations and then say a little bit about what's going on in your life, and you fumbled it. Like, and then you fumbled it by like your head again. Here's another Sag. Like, your head gets big, you retaliate when no one is like really fucking with you. After your head gets big, people kind of back away from you. And then it's like you really want to be in there, but then you create like telling people on stage to suck your dick. I'm talking about the other Sagittarius, Monique. But now I'm talking about Nene. Like, you do all of these things and then you on Tamron Hall crying. And then while her claims and allegations are probably legitimate. Like, we know what Kim was giving, but then also how you responded to, like, kind of being pushed out because, like, your head got so big, Nene. And everybody, that's why everybody was just like, man, we love Nene. Like, everybody has like this love and hate relationship with Nene because it's like, she's really good for television. She's fun. She's silly. She's literally like, if you saw her, when I see Nene outside of being around the housewives, her personality is so fun, and it's just like, she just seems like just fun, and she's silly, she says crazy stuff. But then you started acting, I don't know, it's just like your head just got so big, and then it's like, you don't want to I don't know, it was just a lot, and I feel like she contributed to it. And then you're like, still shading the girls about, them sending what they sent you for, to honor Greg. And then, then you say the other day, don't take my lawsuits, because who stopped stalking me and stop telling lawyers not to take my lawsuits. But then you turn around and, like, Nene's always talking so cryptic and stuff. I don't know. I honestly hope that whatever she needs to be fully restored, that she gets. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Because executives sought to sideline leaks from talking about the cause, keeping her off early episodes of Housewives. But that was the thing anyway. I thought they had like a Black Lives Matter kind of like event or something like that with Todd's birthday or something like that. Or it was something where it was like Portia acted a donkey doing what she normally does, and then she didn't want anybody to talk about that because her storyline was going to be aligned with Black Lives Matter. So they didn't want Kenya talking about, they didn't want Candy talking about Black Lives Matter. I guess they didn't want Nene talking about, because that was going to be Portia's storyline. Wasn't that the thing? I remember that being the story. Anyway, well, like I said, I hope Nene gets whatever she needs. That's how I feel about Monique. Whatever you need to be fully restored, to feel like you're accepted and acknowledged and seen, I hope they get that. Like, because, but it's crazy because it's like, when do you take accountability? Like, these things didn't happen to you. You participated. You participated in this. You participated in this. So that's it for Nene. All right, anyways, let's go on to the rest of the blogs. Let's see what else we have here. Oh my God, it says ASAP Rocky. This is on the YBF Daily. It says ASAP Rocky's neighbor tells me SWAT team with weapons drawn came in to search rapper's home near West Hollywood this AM. So excessive. It was like they came for Capone. I'm frankly offended by it. Seems so inappropriate. He's a great neighbor. Video of the battering ram and cops via TMZ. What is going on? SWAT was seen smashing in the front door of ASAP Rocky's LA home just as he was arrested at LAX for allegedly being involved in a shooting. Rihanna was reportedly with him during the arrest, as they had just arrived from their baby moon in Barbados. He just posted bail. His bond was set at $550,000 and was seen leaving LAPD headquarters in an SUV. Pick not from today. Wow, that's a lot. But it's ASAP Rocky, so I don't know. I mean, it's like, that's just the life, I guess. I mean, that's his, I don't know. I mean, they said he wasn't involved in the shooting, and it's like, I guess we just got to see what happens, It was weird because somebody was like, they're trying to take her baby's father away from her. Watch. I'm trying to find it. Y'all trying to stress Rihanna out. Rihanna knew who she has the baby with. She knows. I mean, she must know, his like mentality and stuff. She knows he's a colorist. That's what I was saying about Rihanna the other day. I was like, maybe she's a colorist too. Maybe she's a colorist deep down, and I just put the dark skinned girls in my ads because I know that, the people are gonna eat it up. But I'm colorist too, just like the man I laid down with. I feel the same way. I mean, like the Yelp reviews were out. I guess they messed with each other. They've been friends or whatever. So she knows him. She's just having the typical Blac experience. Girl, just go ahead about your business. That's what somebody says. He'll be out within the next 24 hours. Leave our baby daddy alone. Here comes us shenanigans. First the cheating allegations, now this, somebody coming for him. Free Rihanna's man now. Y'all trifling. Free Rihanna's man. He don't like you. He don't like you ladies. Y'all black ladies. He really don't fool with black ladies. Jesus, I hate this for Riri. The stress of it all. Drake's trying to fulfill God's plan on his end and send my boy up. I see you, Drizzy. Free Rihanna's baby daddy. He's innocent. This is a woman. This is a black woman. Girl, y'all are crazy. This guy can't get a break. Who cares? Extradite him back to Sweden. That's what some dude said. Bro should have stayed in Barbados till his baby was born. Child, not the baby daddy. Free my dog. All the good rappers are going to jail. Why all this while she's carrying their child? People hate to see others happy, and misery loves company. Girl, he possibly committed a crime. What are you talking about? We gotta pick him up. I don't give a damn if Rihanna is having a baby by this ain't shit nigga or not. Girl, I was wondering. Let's see. What did Rocky do? Leave that man alone. What did he do this time? This is embarrassing for her. They must not know his baby mama is a billionaire. He won't be in that bitch long. Why are you guys? It's so weird. It is so weird. I get it. 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 Embarrassing for a billionaire to be attached to such a low value man. Booyah. Thank you. Thank you. But the gag is because I think about that with Nicki Minaj. Bitch, y'all saw Ruby Rose was like, I mean, Nicki Minaj is happy with that broke nigga. It's the culture, I'm telling you. And that's what I was saying yesterday. The culture, I think what black folks want, like when you hear people talking about traditional, truly in like the culture of like I know Ruby Rose is not, but she's talking about Nicki Minaj, and Nicki Minaj is the embodiment of a woman who is financially higher than her man, and that is kind of like the template in this culture. And when I hear people say traditional, I'm like, okay, so when you say traditional, are you talking about the white idea of traditional? Because in reality, the cultural tradition for black folks, you could see in the numbers that there's not a lot of marriages. There's more women with children that have not been married. Most of those women with children will never get married. This is the culture. And when I hear even men saying, I want to go back to traditional, and I'm like, what traditional are you talking about? Because I think you're talking about what whiteness is, whiteness's ideas of traditional, right? Under a patriarchy, right? And I think that's like what you want to emulate, but then also it's like you desire to emulate something that the people who are saying that that's their tradition, that's not their tradition either. Like they're breadwinners over there too. Like if you look at these numbers, they're breadwinners over there, single moms over there too. There's women who will never be, white women who are non-black women who will never be married. And it's so weird because I feel like there's this like push to um, kind of like this tradition. I want I want this American dream idea. It's so weird. And so we're even to hear like when men are saying to women like, what do you look for in a guy? What's your preferences? And then it's like you want her to say that it's okay for the man not to have money, because traditionally it's okay for the man not to have as much money for the woman. But it's like you want for the man to have more than the woman, because in your idea of how this is supposed to look, the man is supposed to be higher than the woman in a sense, in a way that he makes more, so he's able to provide something for this woman so she can rest in her femininity. And it's so weird because it's like, where where do you see that as a true tradition, a cultural tradition? You do not see that in the Black community. So it's so weird for me when I'm watching like this push for marriage, and this, it's like you should want this first, and it's like that's not really happening. So what is it that you're actually like promoting? What are you trying to get your community to emulate? What are you trying to get them to do? Like, I think first you need to like the idea of the marriage thing is like that's not happening for half of the women. So what's happening? Like it's so weird because it's like, what are you trying to copy or model? What's the template, and whose template is this that you're trying to model? You know what I'm saying? So I always think about that because even me, like even when I'm talking, and it's like I can hear myself using even marriage as a baseline, when me myself, I don't even subscribe to that stuff, but I know so many women like literally. And that's when I think that, and I want to do more research on it, because I feel like there's an overvaluing of marriage to the point where it's like you're spending your whole entire life looking for somebody to marry you. And it's like, and it's weird because it's like they give men the power in terms of like proposing and stuff like that, but they sell you marriage. They don't sell men marriage. They put men in charge of marriage, but they don't even sell it to them. And it's like that is across the board. That's not just with Black people. That's just what, if you watch these shows, how many women are beating a dude over the head trying to get him to decide whether or not he wants to or whatever. That's the culture. That's not I don't even think that's a race thing. I think it's just a gender, like, here, let's promote marriage to these girls, you know, starting off with Disney and Princess and stuff like that. Promote the weddings, promote the marriage, teach boys that you cannot do none of that until you have your shit together. And I really don't have to get my shit together, because the women are still going to be available to me while I'm in that process. Meanwhile, this woman is on her search trying to find someone that will propose to her, trying to develop relationships with people. And it's just like, then, and they're like their whole life. It really pains me to hear like, I want to get married, I want to get married, I want to get married, I want to get married. And it's like, you want to get married. There's a population of men that marriage is not promoted to. It's a very small few that. And then when you think about, well, why do you want to get married? When you ask a man, why do you want to get married? And it's all like what the woman can do, what the woman can do, what the woman, it's like this, um, what do you call, like a servant, like a maid. And it's so weird. It's like, that's what you're aspiring to be, a wife, so that you can do all of these things and become a servant for a man. And it's so weird. It's just so weird because the way that everybody just talks about it all the time. And I'm wondering, it's like, what template are y'all trying to model? You're trying to look for a partner to be married because you can see that marriage is beneficial, but it's like, it's beneficial when it's like the variables have to look the same, right? The way, again, the way that it's marketed, the way that it's, you know, delivered and told to little boys from the beginning. Nobody's asking little boys, how would you like your wedding to look? You know, that's not a conversation. It's all about gain access, gain money. And then when they get into their spaces, they're told by other men, you gain money so that you can have access to more women. Meanwhile, there's women who are looking for, they're like, marriage, marriage, marriage. I want to find marriage. And it's like almost like they're not being fed the same story. So it's almost kind of like you're like magnets trying to figure it out. And it's like you have two different goals and different narratives that you've been told about the thing. I don't know. That's just like it's just weird when you think about it. Because I'm like, I don't understand how. I don't know. I just think it's weird. I just think it's weird. And I didn't know that because like I said, like, like all the women in my family are married. All of them. My grandma, my mom, my aunt, my uncle. I mean, of course my uncle, my aunt on my dad's side, and like everybody was married. Everybody was married. Everybody was married. It wasn't until like I think like my cousin, my first cousin, a female, she was getting into relationships with guys, and there was no, like, the marriages were like always, I made more than the guy was in jail somewhere. It was just like these weird, like it's like the lot of the men, even though, okay, so I don't know, maybe it's this. So even though there was a, I'm not sure what happened. The phone just like went away. It didn't even die, it just went away. So so what was I saying? Okay, so like even though like everybody was married, how did we get to the numbers where these people are no longer married anymore? Like what happened? What happened? How is it that is that like is that the goal? Is the number so high because a lot of these women just don't want to get married? But the way that I see online, I see so many, like, I feel like I don't know, I feel like there's an overvaluing of just marriage, like, and not enough value put into like partnerships. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I have to think about it a little more, I guess. Because I'm like, how? I don't know. Anyways, back to Rihanna and ASAP Rocky. So yeah, girl, he's going to jail, and it is what it is. Okay. So Eve, she posted, never been this tired, never been this happy with her little fat baby. The baby is fat because I could see the fold right at the little wrist. Little fat. I love fat babies. I want to see the baby with the eyes open and everything. The baby's name is Wild Wolf. Be careful what you name your children. Let's see. What else? Oh, actor Kalaan Walker, found guilty of R-ing 6 victims, faces 100 years to life in prison. Toodles. Bye.
Send that nigga to jail. Period.
See you later. Superfly actor Kalaan Walker was found guilty on Monday for R-ing 6 women. 3 of them were 16-year-old aspiring models, and S.A.ing another woman between 2013 and 2018, but was acquitted of an additional 3 charges of, according to the Wrap. The 27-year-old actor and rapper is now facing 100 years to life in prison, but his attorney plans on filing an appeal. Kalaan, who played Juju in Superfly, was accused back in March of 2021 by over 30 young women who alleged he used his fame and relationships to prey on them. Yeah, he was like saying he was a photographer. He would have them come in. I've been kind of following this story. I haven't talked about it that much at all. But I've been following the story, and I remember when even Kalani came out and spoke against him, because I believe she knew a girl who had been assaulted by him. But what he was doing was acting like he was a photographer, and then he would get these girls in there and assault them. he was taken into custody yelling, "I didn't R anybody, Your Honor. I didn't R anybody." All I said was women need to start believing what they've heard about a guy. Don't give these guys the benefit of the doubt. Believe each other and stay away from him. Like literally, like when you guys hear stories of dudes like, "Oh, I heard that he was like, like a Trey Songz." There's no reason why you should go around that guy because he's dangerous and you're not going to be any different, period. And that's just it. Stop giving these dudes the benefit of the doubt and stop believing that other women are hating on you. Believe what they say about these guys and stay away from them because it's your safety. How many women were assaulted by like a Trey Songz, allegedly assaulted by a Trey Songz, and realized like, fuck, I should not have even been around him because he did this to me. And I know that he did these to now I know that he did this to other people. And I didn't believe that he did that to other people. That's why I'm here. And it's like, stop it. These women are not hating. The majority of them are not lying. It's a very small percentage of women who are not telling the truth when they've been assaulted by someone, especially someone with resources, time, and money. You know what I mean? And access. People are like, when people come out, it's very rare. Like I said, it's very rare. And to me, when there's like 30 people saying the same thing, not all of them are lying. Not all of them are lying. Not all of them are lying. Believe each other. Stay away from guys that I'm glad 100 years. Bye. Goodbye. Get him off the street. Get him off the street. Another one. I don't even want to talk about Nature Boy. He looks like a little, I don't even want to talk about him because it's triggering. Like, I just don't like it. It bothers me when people know that someone is a certain way and they still go towards that person. If you hear stories about someone, believe those stories, because when something comes out and be like, man, I always heard that such and such was up there giving people, putting things in people's drinks, and I always heard about that, and it's like, you don't want to be on the other end of that. You do not want to be that person's victim. So believe people. Seriously. I think that's it. I think that's all I'm going to talk about. Also, I wanted Jacqueline Avant's killer will spend life behind bars. He was sentenced to 3 life terms with 150 years minimum. The verdict has been passed on the shooting death of Jacqueline Avant, a man who pled guilty to killing the wife of musical icon Clarence Avant has been sentenced to serve life in prison. Ariel Maynard, 30, entered a guilty plea in March of this year after confessing to murdering Jacqueline Avant, 81. According to the reports, prosecutors pushed the courts to hit him with a harsh sentencing. They claimed jail phone calls revealed he was bragging about pulling the trigger and undermining the outcome of his sentence. It seems the courts agreed a lengthy sentence should be dealt as Ariel is sent to spend the rest of his days behind bars. Reports state the former felon received 3 life terms in prison with a minimum of 150 years. We continue to send our condolences to the family and friends of Jacqueline Avant. Now, this is from the Jasmine brand. Bye.
Send that nigga to jail. Period.
Toodles! Toodaloo! Get them all out of here. Get them all out of here. Like, get them all out of here. Clean up the trash. Get them all out of here. I don't care. Get them all out of here. Bye, toodaloo. If you are a threat to your community, to society as a whole, safety threat, a health threat, you gotta go. Out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. You are a threat to society. Sorry. You are. That's terrible. Yeah, Ruby Rose made over $1 million on OnlyFans, but she was talking about how, what she said. Here she goes.
What do I really like when in a man in real life is loyalty, being loving and kind and like supportive and just, somebody consistent. So those are the things that I like. That ain't all. That can't be all. Like that can't be all of it. And of course, there's some other things I like. My preferences are chocolate, tall, preferably more money than me.
What if they don't? She should say,
if they don't, we can work it out.
No, we're not working it out. No,
I would hope.
no. If you lower what your standards are so that you can open your pool up of men, do you realize what floodgate you're opening when you do that? Don't do that. I would have been perfectly fine when he said, could he make lower than you? She should have said, no, I'm making $1 million on OnlyFans. Absolutely not. No, I'm not opening the floodgates so a bunch of slugs can fall through. Absolutely not. Y'all need to stop doing that to like stroke these dudes' egos. When they ask you, can he make more than you? Can he make less than you? No. What's the next question? Ooh, you a gold digger. Why would I dig for anything else? I'm not digging for lead. Because that's what you're bringing over here. All you bringing is hard dick and bubble gum, and you fresh out of bubble gum. That's all you bring. So yes, I'm digging for gold. What is the next question? Girl, y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop literally placating to these dudes' egos. Stop it. Oh, you a gold digger. Okay. What else should I be digging for? Are you trying to insult me? Oh, you're mad because when I dig for gold, you won't be there. Well, good. Good. Let's keep it like that. Shit, if you want to be found, get golden, nigga. Anyways, I gotta go. Tokyo Tony's outside of the courtroom, probably helping her child lose the case, because they're gonna say, yeah, this is a family that she comes from, they were displaying toxicity on TV all the time. We're not going to highlight abuse and toxic relationships, because if you know anything about Blac Chyna, I'm sure the way that her mother and her relate to each other in disagreements and arguments, it's the same way that she does with the men in her life. I can guarantee you, if you pull a firearm out on somebody and point it towards their head, we not filming shit. Ain't no fucking show. If you're trying to strangle me with an iPhone charger, ain't no show. Ain't no show. No, there's no show. So you can sue me for lost wages and damages, but I wasn't about to film a show or allow you to film a show with you abusing my son. No, we're not going to film that. That's not going to be able to be in our vaults. Not at all. Get your own show without my child. I'm sorry. No, we're not. What? You were just joking and you pointed a gun to somebody. So you know what kind of trauma that is? Just playing around. Like you're literally, somebody's life is flash in front of their eyes. That's not funny. There's no jokes behind that. Cancel the show. I'm not about to film Chyna abusing, and I'm not about to display this toxic relationship that you and Rob got going on, where you're yelling and hollering and screaming at him and throwing shit outside. No, out of here. That damn first show season was a fucking circus. Yelling in the phone, hollering, screaming, insecure, and all that other dumb shit. Don't nobody want to see that dumb shit on TV. Take that shit out of here. Don't give a fuck. Get out of here with that dumb shit. And then your mom outside proving, yeah, they ghetto. Yeah, they are. Look at how they relate to each other. How do you think she's going to relate to the men in her life? Man, Chyna and I'm not. I know y'all want to be like, ooh, a black woman is getting into the Kardashians' ass, but nah, fuck that. That bitch is toxic and violent. She don't deserve no show. Why y'all want to give shows to people like that who act like that? Take that shit to Zeus. You're not getting no show. Take all your antics. And she did. Didn't she take her shit to Zeus? And then we get to see how she relates to her mom and how they act towards each other. Yes. We're not about to film that. I gotta go, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy, please. I hope she's fully restored. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. Peace.